Hi, Taurus, and welcome to your reading. I've already pre-shuffled the cards. Everything is already laid out. Just to conserve time, we'll go ahead and get started. So what is on the menu today for you from Spirit, what Spirit would like for you, Taurus, to focus on within your life would be House 1 and House 5. House 5 represents Leo represents House 5. House 1 is represented by Aries, both fire signs. So there may be something within you, like a passion or your sense of confidence. How you view yourself, Taurus, is what Spirit would like you to take a look at, maybe evaluate, maybe reflect upon how you view yourself and how you're also presenting yourself to the world. You might be struggling with insecurities. We all have insecurities. There's nothing wrong with that. You can always improve, accept yourself for who you are, improve yourself. But there will always be an insecurity that we need to battle. But because it's on display, it seems like this particular thing regarding yourself, your self-image, your individuality, the way you view yourself, the way the world views yourself, your sense of confidence is what Spirit is wanting you to look at, because it could be potentially causing a problem within your life. And Spirit is just here to help you maybe work through it, figure out how to reestablish yourself or rework your thoughts or the way you come across in the world, how you portray yourself. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the Devil. We have the Devil, the Page of Swords, and the Hanged Man in reverse with the Sun upright, which is a great way to end the reading with the Sun upright. That means whatever you're going through currently, you'll work through it and you'll come to the end of this period in your life with a positive outlook, a positive experience, or this path that you're going through currently is going to lead you into something more positive once you reflect and do whatever you need to do to maybe improve your confidence, work on your self-esteem, things like that. The other thing I want to point out here, Taurus, is that we have the King of Earth here, Capricorn, the Devil. We have it here twice. So it could be, especially with it being followed up with the Page of Swords in reverse, it could be that you have certain impulses. You might be impulsive by nature. You might have a lot of fire in your chart. But it seems like what seems to be causing an issue for you, Taurus, is that your impulsiveness is causing problems. So especially with the Devil here, you may want to work on self-control, work on establishing yourself, setting down roots, being still before you make your next move. Especially with the Page of Swords here, because you could be someone who gets a lot of ideas that sound really good and you get excited about it and you become a starter and not a finisher. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you could be one that starts a bunch of projects, but you don't finish a thing. And that's a problem for you, for your future. If you continue to start things and never finish them, you never make any progress. So it's like, what are you doing, Taurus? Where do you want to go? What's your goal? And I feel like until you're able to establish some sort of control, maybe even when you get these ideas that you have, vetting them before you proceed, laying out some sort of tentative plan to see where it could possibly take you, and if where it's taking you is where you actually want to be. It's just taking a step back and slowing down, basically, before you continuously jump from one thing to the next. This could be projects, this could be relationships, this could be anything, careers, jobs, whatever you're impulsively going from one thing to the next without thinking, just on the inkling that it's a great idea. You need to slow down and think about it, because we have the devil here in reverse, impulsive. Page of Swords, it's making impulsive decisions. The Page of Swords, the page is a youthful spirit, a youthful energy. So that could also be true. You might be very young, or you haven't matured fully. So you're making impulsive decisions because you think you have all the time in the world. None of us have all the time in the world. I'll be the first one to say this. Okay, I know, especially in the spiritual community, people always say, don't worry about time, don't worry. That's false. We all have a certain allotted time, and you can't get time back. So you want to make the best decisions for yourself going forward to get the best result that you can possibly get, because you can't go back and change it. And if you're making impulsive decisions, you've wasted a lot of time switching from point A to point, or from one idea to the next, and never making any progress. So Spirit is asking you to slow down. We have the Hanged Man here. So it's like you probably need to be very reflective. For me, the Hanged Man is kind of like the Hermit, where you're very introspective. It feels like maybe, Taurus, you could stand to take a look at yourself and your decisions in the past and see how progressive your decisions in the past have gotten you. Oh my gosh, I'm jumbling with my words. How far each impulsive decision you've made in the past, you can go back and reflect on those decisions to gauge how far you've actually made it, how successful those plans unfolded, or how unsuccessful they were. And then from there, you can decide, well, next time I get all of these ideas, I'll write them down and pick out maybe one or two to think about and possibly flesh out and plan out to see where it could possibly lead me, and go from there. Same with relationships. Is this person here for the long term? Do our morals match? Do our goals match? Are we looking for the same thing? If not, then you know the answer is you should probably wait for someone else instead of jumping into this relationship. So this can work on anything: your career, relationships, your goals in life, your creative pursuits, all the ideas you're getting. Write them down and think about it before you take a step. That's all Spirit is asking you to do. And once you do that, I feel like the path for your life will open up, and you'll find something especially meant for you, Taurus. You'll find the person that's meant for you, if that's what you're looking for. You'll find the career path that's meant for you, if that's what you're looking for. You'll find the creative pursuit you need to be going after, if that's what you're after. Because right now it feels like you could be all over the place. Your energy could be scattered, especially with the Queen of Swords here in the reverse. The Queen of Swords upright is in control. She has clear thoughts. She knows exactly where she's going. She knows exactly how to communicate what she needs to communicate. And she's very clear and direct about her direction. And it feels like, Taurus, you may not be clear and direct. And especially with the Capricorn here, one of the character traits of a Capricorn is disciplined. Are you disciplined, Taurus? Are you conservative with your energy, or are you just doing everything on a whim? You know what I mean? What's your direction? Which, strangely, compass is right behind that. What's your direction? Are you heading on a path that is clear and decisive, and you know where it's going to potentially going to land you? And do you want to be at that place where it could potentially land you? Like if you're you're just jumping into relationships with any Tom, Dick, and Harry that pays you any mind. And you want to be married? Is this person gonna possibly want to marry you? It's a very simple question, yes or no. If it's a no, then you know you don't need to be with that person. Very straightforward approach. It doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to allow your emotions and your impulses to guide you. It's okay to be disciplined. It's okay to have self-control, because it's most times more beneficial to have some sense of control over yourself and your decisions, Taurus. So let's see what the cards we have here. We have, anchor, stable, enduring, solid, steady. This is what we're talking about here, Taurus. You kind of putting to rest your impulsive nature so that you can progress in life and get to the place where you'd like to be. Another earth card, Queen of Earth, which is Taurus. Strangely fixed sign, but it seems like, I don't know what's going on, Taurus. You might, I don't know. There's something you need to reflect on. Maybe there's something inside of you that needs questioning. Like, why am I being impulsive? Why am I... Ask yourself questions before you make the next move. So it says here, timing, a year from now during the spring. Your ruling planet is Venus, stable, stubborn, possessive, preserving, down to earth, physical, sensual, strong, prosperous, dependable. So, and also the Hierophant would be your major arcana card in the tarot, which is a very traditional card, a very authoritative card. So I feel like, Taurus, Spirit is trying to help you become a more authoritative in your life. Instead of being ruled by your impulses, Spirit would just like you to slow down, take a look, reflect, and then make your next move. Okay? So that was sweet and to the point. And if you do that, if you become more controlled over yourself, over your impulses, over your passions, it will lead to a better and more stable life, a happier and happier life for you, something more stable, something where things can grow. Because when the plants need the sun to grow, you need also this sun energy to grow, which will take sun as the spirit. So your spirit needs nourishment, needs nurturing. And being impulsive, it kind of diminishes your spirit, because in the end, when you're old, 50s, 60s, you've made so many impulsive decisions, you're sitting there by yourself wondering, where did I go wrong? And then you have to reflect on the decisions you made, the impulses. And it doesn't feel good to be that old and reflect on all of the impulsive, possibly most likely bad decisions you've made that have landed you in a place where you did not want to be in the first place. So you want to be in a place where the sun is out, where you can grow, where you can flourish. Okay? Not stuck in hanged man, not stuck making impulse decision after impulse decision, and possibly being hard on yourself as a result. So I think Spirit is just asking you to wise up a little bit, use a little discernment, a little self-control, and that'll take you a long way. That seemed like it was a tough message, but it's beneficial for you in the long run, Taurus. Anyway, take it or leave it. It's completely up to you.